Today we're gonna be working on the building tutorials in the Mindstorm Ev3 software, and we'll begin with the basics for the driving base. Okay, so to open the tutorial for this for the driving base, we want to click with, well, I'm gonna start with the first one, straight move. They got 9 tutorials, so I'll do the first one. And this will help you guys understand better how to use your Ev3 motors and other different blocks that they have built in here. So I'll click on the tutorial, I'll hit open. I already have one open on the side, so I'm just gonna close this one. To bring the tutorial mode, if I think this is a teacher edition, but the student edition I believe has the same. If not, well, you guys can use this as reference. You open the content editor on the right top, and you can see the starting step number 1. You can see a little bit of the like they give you the objective of this tutorial, and it's investigate different ways of controlling driving base moving in a straight line. You can click on the video and it'll show you an example of what you're gonna accomplish at the end of this tutorial. As you can see, move forward and then move backwards and stop. So now you want to click next page, and then they'll give you they'll show you how to build the driving base. I already have it built, so I won't do that. Next, they give you an interactive animation that you can play around by clicking on different blocks. So it show you what every block is doing. Next, they'll give you a little snippet of what you need to accomplish. They want you to replicate this. So it says recreate the program shown, then download and run to test. So I'm going to go ahead and replicate this and talk about each block and what is happening. Here we go. So in the action palette, you want to begin go to the flow control and drag your start block out. Bring the context help by pressing Control H on your keyboard, and this will help you understand what's going on in each block. So I'm gonna have it here in the top. So as you can see, every time you highlight or click on a block, it'll give you information. We know that the start block is what makes the program start. So then next we want to go to the action palette, and we want to drag out the move steering. The move steering, you can tell is a move steering because it has a wheel, driving wheel on it. So you want to drag it out. You notice that it has, right now it's in the rotations mode, and that's what they want us to do in for the first block. They're asking us to move the rotations right here, this numeric value, that we need to change it to 2. Now what's gonna happen is that our Ev3, the motor is gonna move twice, and right now it's connected to the ports B and C, and it's gonna rotate 2 times. That's how it's very simple. Yeah, this is the steering, which means that you can move left or right, but right now we wanted a 0 because we wanted to move straight. The power is right now the power is at 50%, but if you wanted to go backwards, we can change the power to -50 or whatever number you want, and it'll move the motors backwards 2 times. Right now we're gonna keep it at -50. I mean at 50 to go forward 2 times. Next, they want us to use the way block, and this is basically telling our program to stop for 1 second before executing any more instructions. So the next block is the same. They want us to go back to the action palette and drag the move steering again, but this time we need to change the mode from rotations to degrees. And now on 4 degrees turns both motors on. Alright, and it waits until one of them has turned for the number of degrees of rotations in the degrees input. So right here we have 360. They're asking us to do 720. This basically is saying that we're gonna rotate 2 times, because in a circle there's 360 degrees. So if we input here 720, we're just basically adding, or we're going around 2 times. We're adding 360 plus 360. That's 2 rotations. Similar thing. The only difference here is that they want us to do, the power has to be -50, meaning that now the symbol here changed to going backwards. As you can tell, this is going forward, this is going backwards. So that's our third instruction. Next, we're gonna do another weight. We can just click on this block and we can copy it by holding on by right click using the combination keys Control C. And when you do that, you can go ahead and paste it by pressing Control B on your keyboard. You can do that, or you can just simply drag it from your flow control palette, drag it out. Just 1 second, which is the same thing here. Finally, they want us to grab another move steering. Well, I'm gonna drag it out. They want me to change the mode, but this is time for time. So it's gonna be on for seconds. And just like all the other, this one is waiting, this mode is waiting for seconds, not degrees and not rotations. This is 1 second. So, and the power is at 50 and it's gonna go straight. If you change the power, the distance is gonna change for every second. So don't worry about it so much. We're not gonna be using much seconds for any of the missions, or at least not right now. Who knows? Maybe you guys can find a way to use it. So this is our program, and when you're ready to test it out, what you want to do is you want to click on this button right here in the bottom. This will download it. It's in the right bottom, and it will download the program. We won't run it, but just download it. But if you want to download it and run it, you do this one, the one this in the middle one. And if you just want to go ahead and just test only a certain block, you click on that block and then you press the one in the bottom, and it will start the program. It won't download it, but it will start from that block that you selected. And that's it for this tutorial.